Hi, I'm Atticus X, and this is how I write and record a song in around 2 hours using only GarageBand. Now the point of this is to show you that anyone can write a song, even with the simplest of software and simplest of instruments. I'm going to run through how I do this. The first thing that I usually do is I usually start really late at night or really early in the morning. There's no in between. And this is usually because there are almost no distractions at this time. So first things first is I jump on to my laptop and I open GarageBand. If you have the full version of GarageBand, there are an array of sounds that you can use. None of them are that usable and none of them are that great. We're not aiming to make a really high quality song. We're only aiming to create a catchy and interesting song as efficiently as possible. Now the first thing I like to do is start with a drum beat. Choose a drum sound that you're happy with and just keep it really simple. Keep a really simple beat. I'm going to use a kick drum and a snare. Make sure the metronome is always on so that you stay in time. It's a pain to play out of time. Step 2 is a bass line. You want a bass line to be short, punchy and catchy, a little bit groovy, depending on the kind of style that you're going for. The catchiest kind of bass hooks don't take over the song. They usually just complement everything else, complement all the other sounds in the song. You gotta think real quickly and you gotta choose your first idea, because otherwise you won't make it through the entire 2 hours. Once you've got your simple drum beat and your bass line, you can start to think of a melody in your head. But we want some surrounding instruments to build the character of this. So you can add additional rhythm sections, or even more melodic sections with synthesizers and pianos and guitars. You really need to decide on what you're going to do really quick. Otherwise the 2 hours is going to go by really fast. So you got your drum beat, your bass line, your chords, whatever other peripheral instruments you like. You really need to get a melody down. This is the hardest part because it takes forever to think of a catchy melody that you're actually happy with, especially if you're not born a gifted singer like me. And so you have to think of a melody. Usually, again, it's your first idea, and you just need to develop your first idea into something that is usable in your song. Once you have the melody idea in your head, you need to be able to get it out and into GarageBand. Now, I don't use any professional mics, I don't use any studio equipment because the challenge is to only use GarageBand. So I just use my laptop speakers. This sounds like a horrible idea, and it usually is a horrible idea. But what you need to do is you need to find somewhere quiet where the sound is dead. If you have a soundproof room, that'd be amazing. If you don't, somewhere with a lot of carpet, with rugs, couches. Personally, I like to jump in my car. So I'm in my car and I'm just about to record vocals. And so the reason you go in the car is because if you have a car with these soft seats, it kind of acts to deaden the noise. You don't get an echo or you don't get room noise. You really want to focus and get this done as soon as possible. Another added advantage of being in your car is that it's kind of soundproof. And so people outside can't hear your horrible singing. They just have to wait until you post it online. The best thing to do would be to jump in your back seat, because of the soft seats at the front and the seats behind you, it'll deaden the sound even more. Try to avoid singing into a window or singing into a hard surface, because it'll create an echo which you don't want in your recording. This part takes the longest. You may be stuck in your car for maybe an hour or longer, depending on how quickly you've gone. And so I'm just going to track my vocals now. So although you can come up with a melody, the next hardest bit is to come up with words. Your lyrics are important because they convey the message of the song. Usually you go into a song with a theme or an idea in mind anyway. You need to think real quickly, you need to use simple yet effective language. Don't get too flowery, don't get too poetic, don't think too much about the meaning or the phonetics of certain words. You really just need to get your lyrics down that fit your melody, and you need to go and record it as fast as possible. About this time, without practice, you've probably gone over the 2 hours. If you've really enjoyed the song, then going over the 2 hours is totally fine.
Right, let's have a look. I've tracked all of this. It's just all software sounds, a little bit tweaked, bit of automation here and there, and then my vocals, lots of layers of vocals. But yeah, I'll be able to show you this one soon, see what it sounds like for now. Sound pretty cool.
The last step is really easy. It's just going over your song, tweaking your vocals, tweaking your bass line, tweaking your drums, making your drums more complex. It's basically polishing off the song so you get the best product at the end possible. Once you're done, export your song and do what you want with it. Really simple and something that anyone can do. And so you just need to focus really hard on getting that 2-hour mark. I want you to try this and see what you can come up with. You realize how difficult it is at first to come up with an idea, but you really need to be inspired going in. And the key thing is that if you're not having fun doing this, then just scrap it and start again. You really need to have a message, a passion, or a really cool idea going into writing a song like this. I hope you learned something of how I write these songs. Please subscribe, please follow me on SoundCloud, please follow me on Twitter. My social media will be linked in the description. Check out my other songs and my other videos, and I'll see you later.